What is up, guys? Welcome back to Breakout Trading. It is Monday, October 19th, and we had a pretty good trading day today. So basically up here overall 1760, but net profit is about 960 because of commissions. So today was pretty good in small cap land. Before I hop into the trades, I'll just do like kind of an overview. So this morning we had BIMI popping, KXIN, CCNC. I was also watching Hertz because we had a nice move on that on Friday. And I was watching also AMC. They had some good news about them reopening theaters. JKS still in this absolutely massive short squeeze. If I hadn't have cut that short on JKS that day that I made 85 bucks, but it was terrible execution, if I hadn't cut that short, my entire account of $800 would have been blown up by now at $71. So there are so many short traders underwater in this thing. It is a death trap to try and short right now. I don't even know about this one. I'm not touching it. Crazy, crazy, crazy action. Also was watching Tesla. You can see that this is the one day we traded it last week, and ever since then it's been selling off, so not much action there, and NIO is kind of just holding its own. So yeah, that's what we traded today. First trade of the day was on Hertz. So basically the thesis for this trade was okay, I'll just start off on this Word document. So fantastic execution today on both the Bitcoin swing trade long and day trades. So I guess before I go over the trades from today, I'll just follow up my video with my Bitcoin trade. So remember my my video, the crypto analysis. Sorry, there's a lot going on. Yeah, my crypto analysis video. So anyways, I was saying that this looked a lot like a bull flag right here. I ended up getting long on it Sunday night when futures opened. They did open green, but now they're red. And the fact that they're red today and Bitcoin is rallying is extremely bullish for Bitcoin. We're really happy with how this is turning out. This is going to be a longer term swing trade. You can see I kind of have my risk reward mapped out here, and that is what I have set on Bybit. I have a stop loss at 11,160, and once we get into the red zone here, like I talked about in my previous video, I'll probably take off half at 12K and then see if I can't ride the other half up to 12.5 and beyond. So that trade up there is right here. So it's not much, but up 14 bucks here. I have a little tiny Bybit account. The entire account is only $50, so it's up now. I deposited $50 in, made one winning trade, and now we are up here to 73 unrealized. So I'm just gonna let this thing ride because unfortunately my last Bitcoin trading account I blew up because I went over 100x leverage like an idiot. So the rule for this one is only 10x leverage. And actually something I noticed when I just threw these three moving averages up, the 9, the 21, and the 50, is that, check this out, so last time price action was below these and the 9 and the 21 crossed above the 50, we got that huge move from 9.3 up to 12.5, and now we are below them again just like here, and we just crossed above. So this looks really bullish. I love Bitcoin on the daily, on the weekly, on the monthly. Bitcoin in general is bullish, bullish, bullish. I'm going to keep longing this thing until 20K. Up 25% though. Up 25% on the position though, so that's not bad at all, regardless of how much you're trading with. Like I said, I don't trust myself to trade with that much still, so I'm fine just trading small amounts until I am extremely consistent. Okay, so that was Bitcoin. The trade's going great. It looks good on the daily. I'm happy with how that's going. Now we pop over here to Hertz. So after missing a fill on KXIN by 1 cent, I decided I didn't want to chase it and went over to Hertz. So that fill here was right here. So in the morning on KXIN, I actually had, when it popped up and went into a halt right here, I had orders set at 365 and 350, just 10 shares each, to try and buy on a pullback from the halt. And the price got right to like 366 or something. It went right down here and then just blasted upwards. So that was annoying. I didn't get filled on these, and the thing just kept going. So I kind of canceled my orders here and just was like, don't chase it. It's really gone right now. Yeah. So went over to Hertz, and it had broken above Friday's highs and looked good with tons of volume, and still had hype from last week's news about them getting 1.5 billion in funding. This was a breakout trade over the highs. So as you can see here, I attempted to, so this was Friday's action. I attempted to go long right here when we were breaking above these highs, and it went from about 285 to just under $3, and then I noticed that it started to look really weak. Let's see here. This is the trade, yeah, and then this is it zoomed in here. Yeah, so this is zoomed in on Hertz. And as you can see, we had like this opening range in the morning here. We had a nice bullish candle, and my entry was right here, right at the high. So I don't really like that entry. It was kind of chasey. But anyways, we popped up a bit, and then as soon as we popped up here, we got rejected, and we kind of made like a head and shoulders pattern, and it looked weaker and weaker. I thought this rally here might carry us up past $3, but as soon as this area got rejected, like at like under 3, and we made a higher high versus right up here, I knew that this thing looked really weak. So I moved my stop loss, which was underneath these lows. I moved it up right underneath the VWAP. And then we just got stopped out there, and it turned out to be a great, it honestly was a great trade. Like, this setup in general looks pretty good, you know. Break above last week's highs and looking for some continuation. There was room on the daily. There is really not that much in the way of Hertz until like $5. So I think that was a good trade. Great stop out. The loss for that was only $370 plus commissions was only $570. So we easily made up for that today, and that's the goal, is to have losses that you can make up for pretty easily. So I don't regret anything about this trade. It looks really good, and you can see I stopped out right at the perfect time, and this thing has sold off throughout the day. So happy with the Hertz trade. Overall, great attempt. My entry was a little high, and I forgot how slow a stock Hertz would move with such a large float in market cap. I didn't add at all because I saw weakness and especially terrible volume. Oh yeah, that was the biggest red flag, was the volume. So I moved my stop up below VWAP and took a small L on my starter position. So actually, I forgot to mention that. So the volume for this thing was atrocious all day. You can see that it just had declining red volume, and not what you want to see in a nice upward trending stock. Especially on the 5-minute, it's easier to see too. You can see that even though we were making like newer highs up here, right around here, the volume just looked like total crap. And I knew kind of right around this area that it was not going to pan out too well for Hertz today. So cut the loss, easy loss, no hard feelings. The second two trades were on KXIN, and they were washout longs. They were pretty straightforward plays. I did a good job scalping and being quick on something as volatile and fast-moving as KXIN. I only had a 1 million share float. The first wash is always the strongest bounce. I also did a great job waiting for the big panic sell-offs that the shorts are going to want to use to get out. So overall, great execution, 10 out of 10, and we made $15.29 net profit on both those trades. So I'll just leave KXIN kind of zoomed out here. You can see it's kind of bouncing off VWAP right now. And go into my smaller screenshots. They're a bit easier to read. So the first trade here on KXIN was right in this area. And you can see that after we kind of broke above this high here, we started to go a little bit parabolic right here. And the first big wash I saw on the 1 minute chart, I pretty much just longed the bottom. But like I tried to long the bottom right when it had a nice big dump, and then it was kind of like hovering around. I went long right there, turned out to be a great entry, and I sold on the pop just right there. I don't know exactly. Okay, yeah. So I longed it around just above $8. Oh yeah, that's right. I was using the whole number of $8 as a bit of a base to try and see if this thing wanted to bounce off 8. And then I sold it up here at around 8.50, 2 little tiers, just a quick scalp to get out. And you can see in that case, if I just held that position, it would have dipped down once more. I actually thought about buying this dip too right here, but I missed it. And it absolutely ripped, whereas if I held on to this position up here, I would have got dumped on. So these washout long trades are super fast scalps, and they are not meant to be held for a long time. The second washout long trade, so here's the first one. Like I said, I thought about really closely buying that dip there in this area. I was very close, but it kind of, I was hoping that it would kind of range in here a bit, and then I could buy in this area, but as soon as we came down once, we just blasted right through the highs, and that was your chance, was right here. So if you missed it, you missed it. Anyways, we went up even further, and then as soon as this thing really started to make some range, so you can see it went from 750 all the way up to 1350. So that's an insane move just in this one section. And I knew that the first big panic sell-off after this big move would surely have a decent bounce. Here's the sell-off. I bought above the whole number of $10 and this prior high support here. Longed it again there, and just sold again. Once again, just a little scalp trade right there. And you can see for that trade, that was a really good one to just scalp, because now we are on the back side of the move. Yeah, those are fantastic. Felt as soon as I entered in the position, I was instantly up, so it was very easy to manage, and I did a great job just being patient. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to capitalize like on the entire move, which would have been awesome, but I felt like I was chasing all the way, and then as soon as it started to get like a squeeze vibe to it, I knew that washout longs were the play. I didn't really want to hold on to anything because this thing was, you know, it was trading at $2 yesterday, and now is it really worth $13? Like, definitely not. So I'm going to want to be quick. Yeah, overall, small cap action was great today. It was tons of fun. I was done in the morning while the volume's still good. I tend to give back my morning profits into the afternoon. So going forward, I'm only going to be trading in the morning. So I'm going to try and make these recaps just done in the morning, and then, yeah, not going to trade the afternoons at all. One thing to note about KXIN is that shorts were already trapped from last week's 3-day pump, and that is very true. So how long is this video? I'm not sure. Yeah, so anyways, KXIN actually had 3 green days last week, and I think that helped trap some of the shorts in this thing for today. So that's definitely something to keep an eye on in the future, is if something's got a few green days behind it, there's probably already some shorts trapped. I'm not going to be touching this thing at all today. Looks like it's pretty much done. You know, it's already 3 p.m. market time, so I'm not going to be touching it. One thing I wanted to go over was this here. So this is a nice nice little screenshot here. So this was a KXIN, and this is a very typical small cap move where you have a very clear front side and a very clear back side to the stock. You never want to go short on the front side, and you never want to go long on the back side. Plays that, and look at the volume difference in the front side versus the back side. You can see that it's very clear that right after this this blow off top here, we instantly switch to backside volume. It just is declining red volume versus the front side big spike buying volume. And the plays you can make on a front side are breakout trades. So yes, I could have absolutely bought a few breakouts here, and it would have worked very well for me, especially like this one right here, this one right here. So those were 2 nice breakout trades you could have got, and washout longs like the trades I made. And on the backside, you can short the pops. So as this thing's trending down, just sort of short anything that pops up, and you never want to go long on the backside, because basically you're just going to get dumped on. There's a lot of downward momentum going on this thing, and you do not want to get underneath it. So yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Great trades today, and great trades on Bitcoin that are unrealized right now. I'm going to hold this for a decent amount of time. We'll see if Bitcoin can't get up to 12K. That's it, guys. Adios.